All right, let's dive right into PSG's amazing 7-1 win over Brest in the Champions League. I mean, wow, what a performance. But we're going beyond just the scoreline here. We're looking at the player ratings, kind of like a secret code. What do they really tell us about how the match went down?
Yeah, it's always interesting to see how those ratings reflect what happened on the pitch, like little clues, almost.
Exactly. Let's start with the goalkeeper. Donnarumma gets a 7.
A 7 for a keeper in a 7-1 win.
Yeah, kind of makes you wonder, right?
Right, you'd think he'd have a clean sheet. But even in a game like that, the keeper still has to be ready for anything.
Yeah, true. That late goal Brest scored probably affected his rating. Okay, moving on to the defense. Hakimi, also a 7. They said he had an acre of space before he set up Mendes for that 5th goal.
Hakimi, he loves getting forward. A classic modern fullback. Not just defending, but creating chances, too.
And Mendes also got a 7, so it sounded like PSG's defense was pretty solid overall.
Yeah, both fullbacks, Hakimi and Mendes, looked dangerous going forward. They were a big part of how PSG controlled the match.
Then in the center of defense, we've got Marquinhos with a 6 and Pacho with a 7. A little difference there. What do you make of that?
It's hard to say for sure without seeing the match. Maybe Pacho had a few more standout moments, or Marquinhos had a couple of mistakes. It's always interesting to think about what specific plays might have influenced those ratings.
For sure. Okay, let's move up to the midfield. João Neves got a 7, and they mentioned his role in setting up Kvaratskhelia's goal.
It seems like Neves and Kvaratskhelia are already developing a good partnership. That assist shows how well Neves can see the field and make those killer passes. Definitely a duo to watch.
Now we got to talk about Vitinha. An 8 for him. And that curled goal was just magical.
Oh, yeah. Vitinha ran the show in midfield. He controlled the pace of the game like a conductor leading an orchestra. And when a midfielder does that, it allows the whole team to function better. PSG were able to tire out Brest and find space for players like Kvaratskhelia to exploit.
But then Fabian Ruiz got a 6. Seems like he had a quieter night compared to Vitinha.
Could be. Maybe Ruiz was focusing more on defensive duties, breaking up Brest's attacks. Sometimes those contributions don't get noticed as much, but they're still really important.
Okay, now for the forwards. We already touched on Barcola's 7 and his scoring streak, but Dembele got a 6. The report mentioned his runs were good, but his finishing was off. What's your take?
Well, it could be that he was trying to do too much on his own. Maybe he was a bit selfish.
Maybe. But the report did say he was making good runs, so maybe Brest's defense just did a good job of closing him down. Or maybe he was just unlucky.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. A player can have a great game creating chances, but just not be able to finish them off. Those ratings don't always tell the whole story.